Hi everyone, how are you today? I hope you are well, staying safe and healthy. I'm Inika Juliana. I'm from the first semester of Diploma 3 in Blood Bank Technology, Healthful Technique of the Ministry of Health Semarang. And I'm looking forward to talking with you today about hemophilia. Have you ever heard about hemophilia before? Well, today I'd like to share with you about first, what is hemophilia? Second, what causes hemophilia? Third, what are the symptoms of hemophilia? And last, preventing hemophilia. I will begin by discussing about what is hemophilia. Hemophilia is an inherited bleeding disorder in which a person lacks or has low levels of certain proteins called clotting factors, and the blood doesn't clot properly as a result. This leads to excessive bleeding. People with hemophilia bleed easily, and the blood takes a longer time to clot. People with hemophilia can experience spontaneous or internal bleeding and often have painful, swollen joints due to bleeding into the joints. This rare but serious condition can have life-threatening complications. According to the World Federation of Hemophilia (WFH), about 1 in 10,000 people are born with this disease. The three forms of hemophilia are hemophilia A, B, and C. Hemophilia A is the most common type of hemophilia, and it's caused by a deficiency in factor VIII. Hemophilia B, which is also called Cushing's disease, is caused by a deficiency of factor IX. Hemophilia C is a mild form of the disease that's caused by a deficiency of factor XI. People with this rare type of hemophilia often don't experience spontaneous bleeding. Hemorrhaging typically occurs after trauma or surgery. Next, what causes hemophilia? Hemophilia types A and B are inherited disease. They are passed on from parents to children through a gene on the X chromosome. Females have two X chromosomes, while males have one X and one Y chromosome. A female carrier has the hemophilia gene on one of her X chromosomes. When a hemophilia carrier female is pregnant, there is a 50-50 chance that the hemophilia gene will be passed on to the baby. If the gene is passed on to a son, he will have the disease. If the gene is passed on to a daughter, she will be a carrier. If the father has hemophilia but the mother does not carry the hemophilia gene, then none of the sons will have hemophilia disease, but all of the daughters will be carriers. In about 1/3 of the children with hemophilia, there is no family history of disorder. In these cases, it's believed that the disorder could be related on a new gene flow. Carriers of the hemophilia gene often have normal levels of clotting factors but may bruise easily, bleed more with surgeries and dental work, have frequent nosebleeds, and have heavy menstrual bleeding. Hemophilia C usually doesn't cause problems, but people may have increased bleeding after surgery. And next, what are the symptoms of hemophilia? The extent of your symptoms depends on the severity of your factor deficiency. People with a mild deficiency might bleed in the case of trauma. People with a severe deficiency might bleed for no reason. This is called spontaneous bleeding. In children with hemophilia, the symptoms might occur around age 2. Spontaneous bleeding can cause the following: blood in the urine, blood in the stool, deep bruises, large unexplained bruises, excessive bleeding, bleeding gums, frequent nosebleeds, pain in the joints, tight joints, irritability in children. And the last one is Preventing hemophilia. Hemophilia is a condition that's passed from a mother to her child. When you're pregnant, there's no way of knowing whether your baby has the condition. However, if your eggs are fertilized in a clinic using in vitro fertilization, they can be tested for the condition. Then only the eggs without hemophilia can be implanted. Preconception and prenatal counseling can also help you understand your risks of having a baby with hemophilia. That's all I had time for. If anyone wants to be asked, you can comment in the comment column. Thank you for listening.